Hello everybody and welcome to the first Starbucket tutorial. Today we're going to be showing you how to create a world and create your first ship, and in the second video we'll show you how to fly it and do some fun space combat. So we're going to go ahead and hit start game. You can create a new game or load an older one, but we're going to create one. So here is the game mode normal. This is the default one. If you hit the create button, you'll see there's many different options and certain things that are already pre-applied. If you'd like to change these, you can go to the different game modes. So this one is arena mode, which we'll be getting into later, but this is sort of like a team deathmatch sort of situation. On the next tab is the creative tab. This just gives you just a blank starting platform with the size of the ship that you're willing to build, unlimited resources, unlimited money, so you can just get the hang of building there. On the last tab is custom. This allows you to change certain things like allowing collected items, destructible space stations, crews, commands. If you hit the question mark right here, it shows you all of the in-game cheat codes. They're cheaty, don't use them. Just kidding, use them, they're helpful. So we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna create a normal world. So go ahead, create, and hit ready. And I have the developer Mike Reed playing with me. He'll be joining in just a second. And we're gonna show you how everything's done. So you can walk around with your normal controls. You can hold down shift to sprint. If you go to an elevator and press E, you can go up. And here we have one of the main functions of Starbucket. This is a console. If you press 1, you can scroll through the various systems. This one is only hooked up to a design computer. You need to hook up different objects to allow consoles to have different systems. So this one, like I said, only has structure control. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to press N to create a new ship. Here are a list of pre-made ships that we can import. They show a little icon here for the different weapons you can use, the amount that it costs to buy it in circuits, and if you use the /short space circuit command, you can cheat yourself in a good amount if you're not willing to look around inside of crates for them, which is understandable for now. It also tells you if they're warp speed capable, the IDs, the creators, such and such. So we're going to go ahead and create a brand new one. We're going to call it tutorial. And we're gonna make it a normal 1x1, but we're gonna make the floor height 2. And this changes the cost of the circuits, but we're gonna go ahead and buy it. So here we have a robot that'll be trying to spawn with the telepad there. And if you come back to this, it tells you tutorial up in the left-hand corner. This is the ship you're modifying, so you can press E to go into the build mode. Now, if you use control and you scroll out, you can actually change the camera without adjusting the floor height that you're building on. If you normally scroll with the mouse wheel without holding control, it changes the floor level. This blue gradient that you see above is actually the force field that is on the ship that we are currently building inside of. If we were to fly out, it wouldn't be there. So this is just for the sake of the tutorials that we're building inside of here. So we're going to actually go ahead and delete out this entire floor by holding shift, clicking, and dragging. And we're going to use the hull tool to create the body of our ship. This is definitely the most important tool to use in Starbucket. You definitely want to start building your ships with the hull tool. So once again, you can click and drag. You can scroll up to make a certain amount of them, like a certain floor level height. So we're going to make just a very, very simplistic ship to start. If you hold down right click and move your camera around with the mouse, that's a great way to get another view on what you're building. So we're going to add some stuff. If you want to hold down shift and delete out hull, instead of creating holes in the hull, it'll actually just delete out the space. So it's kind of like a skin if you think about it. It pushes it back in. If you use the hull cutout tool, which you can see here is the next one over, you can just drag along and it'll make actual cutouts in the ship. So this is the sort of thing you're looking for if you want to make entrances and such. So we're going to go ahead and just make a front entrance.
So the most important thing about the hull tool is that it provides gravity for your ship. So if you want to move around freely and hop around inside your ship, you will need to use the hull tool. Otherwise, you will have no gravity in your ship.
So there are two more features of the hull tool. This one here is the force field. If you click and drag a certain amount, you can create a force field barrier, such as the blue one that you see above. If you go into your more options, you can actually change the color of it. So let's make it like let's make it a pink. And you can also change your laser color for weapons, which we'll get into in a little bit. And you can change the name of your ship, so we'll call it tutorial ship instead. If you want to delete any of the hull tool blocks, you actually don't have to replace it with a normal hull. So let's say I want to patch in this here force field. I'm just going to go and delete it, and it instantly replaces it with the hull that was there before. The last feature of the hull tool is the hull window. So you can go along and create this and just make a big old glass window for the front of your ship. Now, speaking of the front of your ship, this big green arrow that you see here, pay close attention to it, because this is the front side of your ship. Your ship will only go in this direction, as currently, even though it is in the works, there is no current way to actually rotate the position of your ship once you've built it. So if you accidentally build the nose of your ship facing this way, you're gonna have to rebuild your ship.
Your ship will fly sideways.
Yeah, it's something that we're looking into, but for right now, just pay attention to where the green arrow is and build in that direction. Placing certain objects is necessary to get your ship to actually be able to fly. So here we're gonna go and hit build mask on, and we have a console in hand. We're gonna come inside. We're gonna place down this console. We're gonna place down a power core, and we're gonna place down one of the ship's necessary system objects. So this is either a cannon, the turret, or the zapper. Those are different weapons that'll control the weapon systems. This small engine will actually let you pilot your ship. This navigation computer will allow your ship to have navigation control, which I'll get into later. And placing a design computer and hooking it up to the console will allow you to edit your ship in game. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to connect all of these. If you were to either not place down an engine or one of the computers or a weapon, your console screen will come up black even if a power core is attached to it. So make sure you're placing one of these on it. So we're going to go ahead and connect these two, and we're going to come turn off the build mask and just take a quick look. So as you can see, the design computer actually renders a little holographic view of your ship spinning, and you can see Mike in here running around. So we're going to go over and we're going to go take a look. So I actually haven't hooked up this telepad, otherwise that'll enable telepad control as well, but we're going to do that in the next video. So if you press E to modify the ship, we're doing the same thing we were enabled to do over here on this console. And if we come in and we press N, we can spawn a new ship. If we press 2, we can select a ship to control, so we can actually edit the Starbucket station. And if we press 1, we can cycle through the different controls. So here we have the navigation control. If you press E and you select, say, Starbucket station, which we're already at, so it won't do anything, it'll actually reorient your ship and navigate towards it like a sort of autopilot. You can also do that towards other players. If you press 1 again, you can go to helm control, and that allows you to pilot the ship. And we're actually going to do that. So we're going to tilt the ship's nose up, and we're going to fly on out of here. If you press P, you can go into third person. If you hold down right click and move around your mouse, you can actually scroll the view of the ship. You can zoom in and out, leave it exactly where it is by releasing right click, and we can fly away and journey among the stars. So in the next video, I will demonstrate things like the navigation control, how to use different weapons and what they do when you fire them, how to teleport to other people's ships, and things like warp drive too. So stick around. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy.